nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, I'm coming. Slam.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 24. Now it's Breida. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Fight on these two. Let's go on, Eddie.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Take it at the 37. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow, come on, Eddie. Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this, we got this.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Yellow, come on, Eddie. Watch it, 5. Look at John, 43.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson, it's complete. It's Miller. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
From the gun, here's Watson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Nelson Aguilar. A gain of 7, but it's 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Texans nothing. Thomas Morstead in punt formation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Matt Breida, 92 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chris Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Watch 36.
to throw on third down. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They go counter with Breida. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
The extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. You're right.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. Fighting through. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Check 3. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at their
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
This is fielded at the 7. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
at their own 3-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
55.
36. That's it. 36.
Time to go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. It's caught. It's Miller. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Mike 36. Mike 36.
Time to go.
Here's Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To the air yet again. Watson taking a shot for Samuel and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 36.
Hey, 31.
36. Here we go.
Time to go.
Throwing again is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game.
Texans 7. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
18-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really...
Touchdown, Houston! Lamar Miller, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. He's going to field this at the 4. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Watson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Mike's Popo. Double dog. Double dog. 44.
Here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Key 26. Key 26. Mike 36. Mike 36.
Now Watson going to throw again. Open man is Samuel, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
51's the mark. They can't hang with that.
Watson looks to throw again. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
I'm going to run you over. 35. 37. 36. Let's go.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Good set. 19. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
On second down, it's Edwards. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Out of the gun, Watson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, third quarter in Denver. Chargers have scored again, so they are really opening it up. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Watson now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Here's Breida. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 49-yard line.
Go, Mike. Wait. There's a line. Hey, let's go.
They run again with Breida. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Yellow. There's a line, 80. Watch the run.
On second down, here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Now Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I got you. Back.
Penny, a first down carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Yellow. 180.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second and 15 now. Mahomes finds the open target, Arnold. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Chiefs on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. from 8 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Any day. Hatchet. Ringo.
After the sack on first down, Watson completes it to Aguilar. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Watson on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's going to go down again. Chris Jones. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Yellow.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
On first down, here's Breida. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. They complete it to Hill. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try to run with Breida. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
I'm here all day. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, get him away with it. Check, go back. Line him up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Motion. Hey, Mike 51. Hey, they scared. Line up.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this is incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They run with Breida. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check. Lucky.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Yellow, yellow.
Check, 47. So we got man.
On second down, here's Penny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.